Hello, this is John with Saul's message for Saturday, December 19th, 2020. Today he is talking about the very evident signs of our awakening. Massive releases of ancient trauma clear the space to allow love to enter and embrace all. As the year-end approaches, the human collective is experiencing considerable fear and anxiety because the increasingly authoritarian restrictions on your freedom of movement and freedom to interact socially have been having a very negative effect on family gatherings, especially during the nationwide holiday at Thanksgiving, and now it seems likely that these restrictions will continue through Christmas and the New Year as well. People are very sensibly and naturally questioning the need for these restrictions as it becomes ever clearer that there are no practical plans in place to bring these restrictions to an end, and as it also becomes very clear that the number of people dying from all causes has remained just about normal throughout the year in spite of the dire warnings that were made when the virus was first identified. It can be seen that the damage caused by these restrictions far exceeds any that the virus has actually caused. Nevertheless, humanity is awakening now. The confusion and chaos that have been ongoing and experienced by everyone since early in the year have vastly intensified humanity's collective awareness that change of a major order is essential in your beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors if you are going to move away from the threat of major conflict to a state of peace and freedom for all. You all want peace, but due to the way in which humans have engaged with each other over a very long time period, and because of the experiences that have resulted from those engagements, people feel and believe that life is unsafe, and that therefore defenses have to be built and maintained to ensure your survival. Over the last few months, these defenses have been strengthened, causing you to feel even more separate from one another and even more threatened by one another. This is insane. You are divine beings, your nature is divine, and that nature is love. The restrictions imposed upon you over the last few months have tended to shut out love by encouraging fear, suspicion, mistrust, and wariness of others, even within families, to arise within you. The upside of this is that you are questioning all of your ingrained beliefs and fears, and as you do so it becomes increasingly difficult for you to justify them. Life has not become more dangerous. In fact, over the last few decades there has been proportionally more peace on earth than at any time in your recorded history. It is time to acknowledge, thank, and release the ingrained trauma that you have all experienced, the stuff that is arising within you all. Doing this opens an enormous amount of space within each one of you, space that has been almost totally preoccupied with unhealthy and fearful what-if thoughts that cause you unnecessary stress and anxiety, that love will fill if you will allow it to do so. As all the channeled messages from loving ones in the spiritual realms, and also the ones offered by those among you who are very well established on the path of spiritual evolution, continually reiterate, love is the life force, the energy field which flows constantly, abundantly, and without interruption through all of creation, eternally. Nothing that has been created is ever lost, ever ceases to exist, because the divine creation is God eternally extending and sharing itself in infinite peace and joy with all that it has created for all eternity. There is nothing to fear because there is only and eternally love, Mother, Father, God, the divine field in which all that exists is eternally present, and beyond or outside of which there is nothing. There is no beyond or outside, there is only God, from whom no conscious entity or field of awareness can ever be separated, because whatever has been, is being, or will be created is, by its very nature, one with Source. As humans, your awareness of this divine truth is limited by your own individual choices to experience separation from Source as part of the human collective. There is no one who is in form who has not personally chosen to be in form. You are in form to learn lessons that you can only be learnt while experiencing life in form, and those of you who are reading this or other loving channeled messages also chose to be in form in this moment to assist in the awakening process for the collective, of which, of course, you are all individual and essential parts, while at the same time being inseparably and uninterruptedly at one with Source. It can therefore be seen that there are no accidents. All are informed by their own personal choice, and the consequence of that is that all will awaken from the illusion or game of existence in form to know themselves once again as divine beings, forever in the presence of the one with whom they are one, when they choose to do so. That is the nature of free will, and everyone will make that choice, because it is impossible to remain forever in a dream or illusory state that is unreal. The unreal does not exist. Therefore it is impossible to remain there. To know yourselves as one is your divine destiny, and it is inevitable. However, as already made clear, you each make choices totally freely about how you wish to experience the complete unreality of separation, and you are always totally free to change those choices. Your egos would have you believe that your existence as a human in form was imposed upon you either by God or by the circumstances of the chemical evolution that occurred following the Big Bang. The Big Bang, that modern science believes was the moment in which the universe, as you experience it, started to form, is just an aspect of the experience of separation from Source in which both collectively and individually you chose to participate. Now, humanity has collectively chosen to awaken, and the first signs of that are clearly visible as increasing numbers of you make contact physically, psychically, or electronically with others who, like you, have chosen to awaken and are doing so. The tsunami of love continues to intensify, and there is no one presently in form who is not being nudged toward their own personal awakening. This can be unsettling for those who are not consciously seeking or following a spiritual meaning in their lives, as it arouses a sense that maybe they have been wasting their lives, as the realization dawns on them that life is far, far more than it appears to be when the focus is solely on its material aspects in form. The task you chose, with great wisdom and foresight, to undertake before you incarnated for this present human lifetime is now being presented to you in your daily lives and is unmistakable. It is to be only loving whatever arises and whosoever you are interacting with. Deep in your hearts you do know this, but due to the egoic defenses that you have established within yourselves, you also feel that to be only loving will lay you open to betrayal, pain, and suffering. And yes, you will encounter those who would tell you that it is insane to be only loving, as well as others who will take advantage of your loving kindness. Nevertheless, you made the decision to be loving at all times before you incarnated, and as you now continue to set that intent daily, you will find your determination strengthening, and you will find yourselves being met with love more frequently, because humanity is awakening, and the nature of humanity is love. So, in spite of any seeming setbacks you may encounter, continue to set the intent daily, and any time during the day that you experience doubts, and make a point of celebrating every occasion on which you encounter loving intent or purpose in another, because it will also be a loving reminder, a drawing to your attention of the fact that humanity is indeed awakening. In this season of festivity, during which giving gifts and giving thanks is widespread, intensify even further your intent to demonstrate love in action by doing so, and by refusing to allow yourselves to react defensively or in anger to some unexpected, unwarranted slight or offense. Remind yourselves that stuff is still arising into the consciousness of many who have previously managed to deny, ignore, or bury the pain and anger of old trauma, and silently send them love, knowing, as you do from your own experiences, that stuff arising can be intensely unsettling, as long-buried emotions escape seemingly uncontrollably, driving people to act out of extremes of fear or anger. Love is all that exists, and is always and only unconditional. Therefore forgive everyone without exception, with yourselves most definitely included, for whatever arises that is out of alignment with love, because you know that it is leading you forward to your awakening, as massive releases of ancient trauma clear the space to allow love to enter and embrace all. With so very much love, Saul.